Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are a farm group that consists of 4 persons, which is Muhammad HAZIQ, Muhammad IDZHAM, Alif, Izzat, and also AISYAH, will presenting our assignment 1 for a subject ISMS, Information Security Management System, which is Vulnerability Assessment Assignment. These are our group members, started from left, which is Alif, HAZIQ, IZZAM, and also AISYAH. Okay, next is the context of this assignment. Firstly, the host used for vulnerability assessment. Next is selected tools, and then the deployment of tools, and then is scanning processes and also scanning results. Next, we will also analyze the vulnerabilities of Metlas-Portable 2, which is the host that we will use. And lastly is conclusion. Alright, this is the host used for vulnerability assessment, which is we choose the vulnerable machine Metlas-Portable 2. First is Metlas-Portable 2 is a purposely vulnerable Linux VM that is used for learning and testing security tools. Metlas-Portable 2 is built to contain non-vulnerabilities, so user can safely test scanning tools without any legal risk or real damage. Second one is it is created by Rapid7 to help user practice hacking and vulnerability scanning safely. It is developed by the same team behind Metasploit and is widely used in cybersecurity training and also CTF. The third one is it has many outdated and weak services. For example, old version of FTP, SSH, MySQL, and Apache, which are easy target for scanners and also attackers. Lastly, Metlas-Portable 2 works well with vulnerability scanner tools to find and test vulnerabilities. Tools like Nessus and Nmap can easily identify multiple real vulnerabilities when scanning Metlas-Portable 2 machine. Okay, these are the selected tools that we use for this assignment. The first one is the vulnerable host is Metlas-Portable 2. This is the target we scan. It stimulates a real insecure system for testing tools. Next is the chosen tools, which is Nessus. Nessus is our main vulnerability scanner. It will scan the host, find weaknesses, and rate them by severity. The next one is the comparison tools, which is Nmap. That is used to find the open ports and services with the right script. It also can detect the known vulnerabilities. Lastly, the VMware. We use VMware to safely run all machines virtually, include the Kali Linux that the environment that we will run. Also keeping our real system protected during tests. Next is we have created a local test environment using Kali Linux and Metlas-Portable 2 machine inside VMware. As we can see here, we have run the command ifconfig for in both machine so that we will know the IP address of the machine. As we can see in the Kali Linux, the IP address is 192.168.232.128. For the Metlas-Portable 2 IP address is 192.168.232.130. Next is why Nessus. The first point is it is accurate vulnerability detection with up-to-date CVE database. Nessus check its result against a massive and constantly updated library of vulnerabilities, so its findings are trusted and also reliable. Next is Nessus is easy to use with a web-based interface and scan templates. User don't need to be expert. The interface is simple and there are pre-made templates for common scan types like network scans. Other than that, Nessus also generate detailed report with risk levels and fixed recommendations. Nessus does not just say this is vulnerable. It explains how risky the issue is and how you can fix it. Last one is trusted by professionals in cybersecurity and IT auditing. It is widely used by companies, security experts, and even government agencies for internal assessment. Next, we will move on to deployment of tools. This is our main tool, which is Nessus. First thing first, open the browser like Google and then type NESES download. After it shows the result, click at the upper of the result, which is enable NESES download page. Just click it, and then we will move on to the step 2, which is choose NESES, and then the platform is Linux Debian AMD64. After we clicking download, it will appear the pop-up, which is the license agreement. Just click I agree, and then in the step 4, open the terminal, so we will run a few commands for the next processes. Firstly, in the terminal, just write cd downloads to enter into downloads folder, and then type ls to listing all the file in the folder, and we found that the NESES has been downloaded. In the step 6, we can write the command sudo pkg-i and then paste the file name, which is NESES 10.8.3 Debian AMD64.deb, and then it will run the command. After the command has been run, then type sudo system control start NESES D to start our NESES, and then following by that, type sudo system control status NESES D for us to know which is our NESES has been active, running or not. And as you can see here, the NESES is active. Then just open back the browser, and then type the URL of the localhost to enter the NESES. It will appear like in the step 8. Just accept the risk and continue, and then following by the step 9, it will appear the interface of the enable NESES. Just click continue. After clicking that, we have been asked to choose which NESES that we want to. Just click the register for NESES essential, and then in the step 11, just put our first name, last name, and also email, so it will give the activation code right to our email. And then NESES will give the activation code right to our email. After that, just paste it in the activation code that have been asked in the step 12, and then in the step 13, it will appear license information, which is the activation code that we have entered. After clicking continue, just enter the username and also password that we want to, and then following by step 15, it will started to downloading and initializing the NESES before we can use it. After the NESES has settled for initializing, it will show us the enable NESES dashboard, but we have to wait for a few minutes for NESES to compile all the plugin, and then we can start our scanning. Next section is the deployment of tool Nmap, which is our comparison tool. First thing first, open the terminal and then run the command sudo apt-get update to update our machine, and then run the command sudo apt-get install nmap to start it to install our nmap. After the nmap has been installed, just run the command nmap-v to see the version of our nmap. Make sure the version is latest so that we can start to use it. Alright, next is scanning processes for our chosen tools, which is NESES. First thing first, just click new scan, and then choose the scan template. We pick the basic network scan template, which is perfect for identifying vulnerabilities in common services. The third one is enter the target IP. We added the IP of the Metulas Portable 2 machine, which is 192.168.232.130. So NESES knew what to scan. And then we will start the scanning. We launch the scan and NESES begin analyzing the host automatically. Lastly, we will review the results. Once complete, NESES will provide a detailed report showing critical, high, medium, and also low risk issues in the dashboard. Okay, this is the scanning processes for the comparison tools, which is Nmap. Firstly, we will run a version detection scan by run the command nmap-sv 192.168.232.130, which is the Matlas portable machine. We use the SV flag in the nmap to detect what software and versions were running on the open ports. Next, we will running the command list-al user share nmap scripts grep-e vulners. Alright, we will using the vulners.nse script from nmap's NSE library because this is the powerful vulnerability lookup script that connects to the vulners.com API to match services version with non-exploit and also CVEs. Then we will run the sudo nmap -sv from port 21 to 8080 -script vulners and then the IP of vulnerable machine. We added the -script vulnerability to run nmap NSE script, which will identify non-CVEs based on the detected service version. Besides, we will move on to the scanning result of our chosen tools, which is Nessus. The Nessus scan has revealed several vulnerabilities. For example, it detected the VSFTPD 234 backdoor vulnerability, which is a non-high risk issue with a CVE. It also flagged a weak version of Apache and also OpenSSH. Each finding included the CVE ID, a severity rating, and also clear remediation advice. As we can see in the right hand side, it shows the scan details like the policy used, status have completed, severity base, scanner, started time and also end time, and the time elapsed for the scanning is 12 minutes. And also, as we can see, it shows all the severity from critical, high, medium, low, and also the infos. Okay, if we clicking in the each vulnerability in the dashboard, it will shows the details of the vulnerability. As we can see, these are two example. The first one is VNC server password that is critical. The Nessus has identified that the VNC server is using a weak password, literally a password. This is a serious issue because anyone who discover this service can log in and control the system without needing to bypass the authentication. This kind of weak credential vulnerability can easily be exploited by attackers using brute force or dictionary attacks. The recommended solution is to secure the VNC services with a stronger, more complex password. And as shown in the output, Nessus successfully logged in using the weak password, which confirm this is an actively exploitable risk. The second one we can see here is our login service detection, which is the severity is high. Our login is an old remote login protocol that transmit data in plain text, including username and password. This means attacker on same network can intercept credential using packet sniffing tools. The report warning us that this can lead to unauthorized access and also session hijacking. The recommended action is to disable our login entirely and use a secure alternative like SSH, which encrypt all the traffic. As we can see here, the Nessus have provided the very detailed reports to us, and also the plugin details, the risk information, and much more. We also can generate the details report in PDF for us. After that, the scanning result from the comparison tool, which is Nmap. The Nmap scan also confirm the VSFTPD vulnerability in the CVE 2100-523 along with SSH issues. We use the vulners.nse script to cross reference services with online CVE databases. This method gave us exploit links, CVSS score, and also detailed vulnerability infos that directly into the terminal. If we click to the link provided in the terminal, it will lead us to the vulners.com, which will shows the details of the vulnerability. As we can see here, it will shows the AI score, the CVSS2, CVSS3, and many more. And we can monitor in this website. Next is vulnerabilities of Metallus Portable 2, and I will pass to IDZHAM to present about this.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Izzat. Now we will look into vulnerability that we scan using the vulnerability tools. So, first vulnerability is VNC server password. The description says the VNC server running on a remote host is secure with a weak password. That Nexus was able to log in using VNC authentication and password, where a remote authenticator attacker could exploit this to take control of the system. As you can see for the vulnerability risk factor, the vulnerability is actually a critical vulnerability where the CVS score is version 2 is 10. So for the solution with the vulnerability is to secure the VNC service with strong password that make the password more complicated or hard to exploit. The next is SSL version 2 entry protocol detection. The system is still using all SSL 2.0 and 3.0, which are not safe. Hacker can use this to steal or read private information. Some web browser can be tricked into using this weak version also, making it easier for attacker to happen, like the Puder attack. For the risk factor found using the vulnerability scanner, the risk factor is actually critical, with the CVS score for version 0.3 is 9.8. So the solution for the vulnerabilities is actually to just disable the SSL 2.0 or 3.0 and maybe use the most latest one like TLS 1.2 or any higher. Next is bind shell backdoor detection, where a shell is listening on the remote port without any authentication being required. An attacker may use it by connecting to remote port and sending command directly. This is useful for the backdoor, where hacker can use the backdoor of the system to get a privilege of the system. As the risk factor say, is the critical, which the CVS score for version 3 is 9.8, where the solution given by the Nexus tool is actually to verify if the remote has been compromised and restore the system if necessary. The next one is Samba backlog vulnerability. The Samba server on the system was now a security issue called backlog, where it affects how the system handles authentication over network connection, where hacker can use the man or the middle attack to gain privilege into the system while the system is online. So the risk factor for this is actually high, even for the Nexus with the CVS score of version 3 that is 7.5. The solution given by the Nexus is to upgrade to Samba version with 4.2.11 or any higher or the latest one. For next vulnerability is SSL down attack vulnerability, where the system support SSL v2 which has serious weakness called the drown attack. This flaw let hacker use an all-weak encryption to break into secure connection and read private data. If the server use the same key for both SSL v2 and newest connection, and attacker can use this weakness to decrypt sensitive information by sending special requests and using previously recorded data. By the risk factor given by the Nexus, we can see the risk factor is actually high, with the CVSS score for version 3 is 7.5. The solution for this vulnerability is just to disable the SSL2 v2 and export grade cryptography safe pursuit, where it ensures that the private key are not used anywhere with server software that support SSL v2 connection. And the last vulnerability that we scan, that is unencrypted telnet server, where the system is using type of SSL encryption that does not require certificate to verify identity, known as anonymous SSL cipher. While this can simplify setup, it also remove a key layer of security authentication verification. Without this, attacker can pretend to be trusted server and intercept or alter data being sent. This makes the system vulnerable to the man in the middle attack, where sensitive information can be stolen or compromised. As you can see from the risk factor given by the Nexus, the risk factor is actually medium, where the CVSS score for version 3 is 6.5. Where once the solution is actually to the disable the internet service and use SSH instead, given by the Nexus tools.
Hi, so now I will be comparing between the two cybersecurity tools, which is Nessus and also Nmap, specifically in host vulnerability scanning. So first, let's talk about their typical use. So Nessus is typically used for a full-scale scan of a known host. It's capable of identifying, rating, and reporting all vulnerabilities found in the system. Meanwhile, Mmap is commonly used as an initial scan tool, mainly to identify live hosts and their running services on a network. So next is the vulnerability accuracy. So Nessus provides high accuracy since it uses a comprehensive plugin-based system that's updated with known vulnerabilities, which is updated vulnerabilities lah. But Nmap, on the other hand, offers moderate accuracy. It can find some vulnerabilities using a scripting engine, but it's not as detailed or as reliable for deep analysis. Next, when it comes to host discovering, Nessus can detect hosts, but it's not optimized for that task. While Nmap, on the other hand, excels in this area. It is one of the best tools for discovering live hosts using methods like ping or ARP scans. So now, vulnerability scanning capability. So Nessus, they have a full vulnerability scanning engine backed by a large database of CVEs and plugins, while Nmap scanning capabilities are limited as it only relies on custom scripts through the Nmap scripting engine, which is the NSE, to simulate vulnerability checks. So, depth of analysis. Nessus performs deep inspections of a host's internal state, especially when credentials are provided. Meanwhile, Nmap's analysis is more on the surface level, focusing on what's visible from the outside. And finally, credentialed scans. Nessus supports authenticated scans, allowing it to log into the system and perform an in-depth analysis from the inside. Meanwhile, Nmap can only perform external scans, which limits the details of vulnerability information it can collect. So, for summary, Nmap is excellent for initial recon and discovering hosts, but for serious host vulnerability assessments, um, Nessus provides far more depth, accuracy, and reporting. So that's it. Thank you.
Next is the recommendation. So for the first recommendation is Nexus is strongly recommended over MMAP. Enterprises typically require regular compliance, audit, complex infrastructure scanning, and integration with security operation and reporting system. Nexus offers enterprise-grade features such as credential scanning, agent-based scanning for remote asset, vulnerability prioritization, policy-based assessment, and comprehensive PDF HTML reports. For the second one, these capabilities make Nexus ideal for continuous monitoring and aligning with framework like ISO 27001, PCI DSS, and HIPAA. Its plugin system is updated frequently, ensuring organizations stay protected against the latest threat, something Nmap does not focus on. While Nexus involves listening costs, the return on investment in terms of security coverage, efficiency, and compliance support justify the expenses for largest organizations. In conclusion, while both Nexus and Nmap offer valuable capabilities for security assessment, Nexus stand out as the more robust and comprehensive tool for host-based vulnerability scanning. Its ability to perform deep authenticated scans, generate detailed reports, and classify vulnerabilities makes it suitable for both small and large organizations. For small businesses, Nexus Essential provide a user-friendly and effective solution at no cost, while large enterprises benefit from Nexus professional advanced features and compliance support. Choosing the right tool depends on the organization size, security requirement, and resources, but Nexus delivers greater overall value and insights for vulnerability management. So, That's all from us. Thank you very much.